is going up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But you want to get these out the side.
Mm-hmm.
You got this one over here. So one of these is going to have to go. And that's not really doing you any good. Your tree's mostly up in here. So, being that this one is coming off of the curve, it'd probably be the better one.
As opposed to the one that's in your hand now?
Yeah. You could use either one. This is a matter of opinion.
Mm-hmm.
This one down here, you need to get rid of. If you want, you can make that a little piece of dead wood.
Yeah.
This one's coming over here.
It seems like this one, you get rid of this one,
Yeah.
and it'll show more the trunk line.
Yeah, exactly. So I'd be using this and this. Get rid of this down stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like keep this one here to come off the back just in case.
To
You can
fill in
always,
fill in that back area a little bit.
yeah, you can always get rid of it later if you don't want it. But
Now is now a good time to wire them up.
yeah. You gotta, one of these can become your top. Maybe that one right there.
So this is really not usable right now, other than if we
I mean,
let it go a little while.
You could, continue the spin if you wanted to,
Mhm.
but I like these here. Get rid of all this stuff down here. So I get rid of that. And I keep this. I keep that. This is kind of weird. I'd probably take that off and make this whole piece here a dead piece. Just right up to the edge. Well, right now I just take it off here.
Mhm.
I wouldn't necessarily take it down to the ground
Mhm.
because you're not sure exactly where the live vein is. But I think it's probably right here. The vein for up here,
Mhm.
probably right here. You could always expand that if you wanted to, but
Right.
right now I'd take these out, I'd take this stuff off here out. And I'd make this, and this piece of dead wood. I mean, you can hang on to this and do something with it if you want. And then just make this dead. And really, if you want to.
So if I'm doing any work to the top of the tree, I shouldn't mess with this yet,
No.
right?
No.
Wait till the following year.
Yeah, you gotta do it when it's cold.
Okay.
So. Wow. Solid in there.
Yeah, it's packed in.
Golly. Wow. It's not even.
Probably so root bound.
It's been in this pot for way too long. So you're gonna have to take it back a little at a time. I wouldn't do any major root pruning and not. I'd work on the top.
Yeah.
If anything,
Different angle that we can
no,
possibly achieve there.
there's nothing wrong to me with the angle.
I mean, you can see it kind of has a lot of thrust going.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
okay. It doesn't have to be straight up. So I'd probably end up making this my top. But you could also go with that.
And lob this off.
Yeah, some of it will come off once you decide exactly what you want as your top. So you could take that around, continue that as your top and make this a branch. See? Take that around so it's going in the same spin. You can also do the same thing with this on its branches. But you're gonna have an asymmetrical shape. Besides, that's just, a design consideration.
Right.
So it's not
It's not set in
set in
stone.
stone,
Right.
right? So it just depends on how you want to work this tree. You know, if you want to use this and use this as a downward branch, in which case you could make some of this dead wood. So those are decisions you have to make. And I'd start by getting rid of the stuff that I don't want, like cutting this off. Maybe cut it off down here and make dead wood, and then see if you want to keep it that long or if you want to keep it at all.
Right.
But that's going down. You don't need that. No good. So is this a bonsai company?
Well, they're a farm in Oregon, and they have a massive farm, and they cater to the bonsai community. So they start their trees off with movement very young.
Yeah.
In the ground.
Right.
And then they just let them grow.
Yeah. And you can decide once you get it styled whether you want to make any changes to the angle, but I wouldn't make some drastic changes. But this one just is really potent.
Telperion? Telperion farms. Yeah.
That's got a lot of potential though. But yeah, I'd be more inclined to eventually dead and all that. Because you're going to have this coming down and this one. And you can look at both of them, hide it.
Right.
You know, with a piece of paper and see what you think. But this one is coming at you. You have to pull it over a bit to give it a better look. But I'd take my time on it.
Yeah, definitely.
Make sure what you want. Hide stuff, you know. Nice stuff. That's probably the thing coming up to our.
If this thing wasn't poking out at me, I'm thinking maybe that's kind of up front.
No, it looks like
Now it's
the
hiding.
back.
It's hiding the trunk.
Yeah, it's coming at you. This
Yeah.
is coming at you too. This is where you see the movement in this round. They should have corrected that a long time ago. So, you have to go home and think about it.
Thanks, Joe. I was hoping you'd take off my hands.
Oh!
But then where's the fun in that?
Well, yeah, I could really make some suggestions what I would do. Because visualizing it is the whole thing. I mean, I can grab scissors and just start cutting for you.
I'm not afraid of that.
Oh, no.
It sounds like you want me to do it.
Well, you bought it.
I know. Oh, here we go. Oh.
I get those out of the way for sure.
I'm kidding.
And then I get this out of the way. Because you're not going to use those. And I get this out of the way. This is stuff that you know you're not going to use.
Right.
You got to get it out so you can see a little more. What's this little second one here can come out. This kind of stuff right up against the tree. Get rid of that right away. So, and if you're gonna make this dead, I believe that's gonna be your live vein right up in here. All of this, you can see the line.
If we want to keep this.
If you're not gonna keep that.
Oh, if you're not going to keep it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not gonna keep it, you can kill that off.
Yeah.
But if you are, you won't be able to.
Right.
But that's just gonna take some thought. Dead branch. Anything that you can get out of the way, get out of the way.
Right.
So dead stuff, little teeny stuff like this, Because the more you clean this up, the more you're going to be able to see the tree.
I guess right now I'm seeing a lot of negative space, and I don't see where the filling is gonna happen.
Well, this is going to be a branch over in here. If you want, and kind of get an idea of what it's going to look like with an old branch. Sometimes I'll do that just to help visualize. So, this is poking at you though.
Yeah.
That I don't like that. I think that's nice. But, you know, you're going to have some development still to do. Some stuff's going to need to grow.
Yeah, it's got some growing to do to, fill in.
But, and once you get rid of some of the stuff you know you don't want, it's going to encourage new growth.
Mm-hmm.
So, and, I mean, you can take that up higher if you want to. So, there's at some point it has to be your decision. I mean, this is going to continue around if you went that way. Same with this one. It's going to kind of continue. It's a little straight here. Some more.
Mm-hmm.
And then make some decisions based on what's growing, but you'd have to stop the advance on these in order to get it back bud and clean it up, which we did some.
Mm-hmm.
So work on, I would, especially at your stage at the game,
Mm-hmm.
I would work on this slowly.
Yeah.
And maybe bring it to a workshop or something.
Mm-hmm.
So that way you can get multiple input. you
Yeah.
know. That'll always be good. But, you could carry this up and start making branches out of these, but there has to be more growth going on up here. You have to see the future of it, that there will be more growth coming off of these. Because these are established branches, they're going to grow longer.
Yeah, they're all gonna go.
Yeah, exactly. So what that's going to look like, deadwood here, deadwood up here.
So really, if this goes away,
Yeah,
this whole thing could be.
yeah.
I mean, there's no reason at some point in time to shari down here. And
Yeah,
let it come around.
and you can, but when you get in contact with the ground, it can also soak up moisture.
Yeah.
But I think that's your whole vein coming up here, right there. You can see it. You can pretty much see the vein, in it. So you got some decisions to make, but this is not a cheap tree, so I would take my time.
Yeah. Take it slow.
Yeah, and see what you want to do. I mean, you could even come up with that as a top and just develop this one or that one, which really comes off the curve more. I'm seeing some branches here and some other possibilities for future up here. Of course, I take these back a little and let them back bud. That could even be the end of this branch, because it steps down quicker instead of being this thick all the way out. Let that be the end. And that's going to force more growth back in here.
So by cutting these back a little bit, it'll cut the hormones there and start back budding.
Take the end off and it'll let it feed what's in the back a lot more. Yeah, this is a fairly decently aged. Junipers aren't the fastest growing.
No.
So you gotta decide. There's some things that you can get rid of. I mean, if you got rid of this, it's definitely not gonna hurt anything on this tree. And
If anything, by cutting the resources off here, you're gonna put more.
yeah, exactly.
Growth here.
Exactly. And then I deadwood some of this just so you can start getting a feel for it. It's of course already dead, but you can strip it off good. Might even take that back over a little. I like this as it is, but and when you take that over, it's going to bring this down. It's just going to drop over into there. And you might even end up using that one instead of this one, but You just got to take your time on these.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're Mars Denver or Nacho Marin.
Yep.
It's better to go slow than to get carried away, whack too much off.
Yeah.
You can always take it off, but you can't put it back on.
We had that workshop last year, one of the beginner classes, and we had a guy in here. They had a really nice, I think it was a San Jose. She did a lot of real movement, a lot of beautiful curves in it. He said he was working, I think, for like 3 or 4 years just on my call.
If you do, I get it.
You get it. That's on tape.
You heard him. That's on the tape.
That's on tape. I'll try to get him interested.
Yeah?
Yeah, he just right now he has no interest yet. We'll see.
Yeah, but this is going to be worth quite a bit more. You know, when you get
in time.
If you work it right.
Time, yeah.
You know. So that could be your back branch. You know, that's what I was originally thinking of. So you have the 3. So, or this one, and this one, and that one.
Oh, the 3 meaning for that.
For the asymmetrical,
Yeah.
from the top.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, you can use those for your guide, kind of like you.
I guess my thing is I'm always caught in the moment and I'm not seeing
Yeah.
what the potential is.
Yeah.
You know how it's gonna
Right.
make me just an impatient guy.
Well, like I say, hide some with a rag or a piece of paper, and then you can really see. I mean, I can sit here and hide this, but you can't really see it. But if I hide that completely with a rag, then you're going to be able to see this movement.
Right.
And kind of pull this down, and then you're going to say, oh, wow, yeah, I can see it now. You know? So,
I can almost tell right now that this one is going to be a goner.
yeah. Yeah.
It's coming back at you. You know?
Right. The only way around
Or
that is
bending it
a
out.
little bit of a, you know, a little bit of a twist, like you mentioned earlier, and then it's not coming right at you. But this one's coming off of the real curve. But I don't like where it's coming.
Where it's coming from, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's coming out parallel, and then you're moving it. This one's coming right off the curve, which is more natural looking.
What do you think?
Oh, I like the back one.
You like the
Here?
what?
The back one?
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna do a nice curve.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, you'll be able to bring that around. Yeah. And you're going to see, this is confusing you too, so first thing I'd do is put a plastic bag on this or something where you can't see it. And then start pulling this down, hide this one, and you're going to start to see. And then think of this one. And this one, you can actually twist this a little bit and bend that back to be your back branch. You don't want it going straight back anyway, you want it going out to the side a little bit. And then if that's the case, then I would lose this branch if you're going to keep this as the top, or I would make that the top. Lose this little one here. And that's a sign that it's ready to twist or bend. Or you can bring it around, and I mean, there's so many opportunities here, so many possibilities. It's just you're gonna have to figure out what you want out of it. So I just take my time. You got it, so nobody else can get it. You got it, so. So, I guess I confused you even more.
No. That never happens.
Yep. Lots of possibilities.
Is that a wrap?
Yeah, I think so, unless you want me to just start whacking.
You said take it slow, not I want to cut half the tree away.
Exactly. Well, I'm talking about for you.
Oh, you want me to start whacking away at it?
No, yeah, no.
If this, all this some of it becomes gin, and your tree is all this down here.
Well, these are all on the same plane, so you're going to kind of lose.
Right.
You know, I mean, there's just. I don't.
I mean,
like
unless
it.
you start to bend them in different spots.
Well, you
So
can
they're
bend
not
them. They're still going to be. They're still. For one thing, these two are coming from here.
the same.
This
same
one's
point.
coming from here. This one's coming from here.
Yeah.
So they're all coming from the same point, and they're going to swell up here as their growth adds
Yep.
to that area. So that's going to be an issue.
You can make that a gin though, right?
What this?
This.
He could.
And then
And I would always make it a gin. You can always cut it off
Right.
if you're going to cut it off. I would always make it. I mean, I'd do that like on this one back here. Little ones I wouldn't really care so much about.
It's almost like this can go. That
Well,
one can go. That one.
I'd
could
probably
possibly
keep
go.
that one to fill in.
No wrong answer.
No, there's not. I mean,
There's just bad design and good design.
Yeah. And, you know, it's just like any art, it's subjective. So, and you're the one that has to live with it. I mean, you could, I would deadwood anything you're going to cut off over here and deal with it. But you got a lot of branches that are going to eventually be able to fill in areas, you know? So you've got a lot of branches to choose. I think your trees up here with only reason that I would use this one is just right off that curve, you know? So, I mean, you could really build the tree from all up here if you wanted.
At some point,
Yeah, you
up
can
in
use one of
here.
these to end up being the apex. That could be your last down branch right there if you want. Chin that. Well, if you know you're not going to keep all this, you can go ahead and do that, and then you'll be able